Right now, an Atlanta couple lucky to be alive after a wild shootout in a Kroger parking lot. More than 1 million of you watched it unfold from DeKalb County on our 11 Alive Facebook page. Choppers circling overhead, dozens of shoppers' cars locked down behind crime scene tape, windows shot out, police everywhere as investigators tried to piece together what happened. I was watching it too, so I jumped in the car, headed down to the scene to find out what happened. Just after 4 today at this Kroger in Decatur, a couple was doing some shopping and they were being followed by 3 suspects. Well, those suspects followed them out here into the parking lot. Those suspects had guns, but so did one of the victims. Then what happened? A shootout in the middle of the parking lot. We spoke to a woman who was in her car, right in the middle, watching the bullets flying.
I could not believe what was taking place right in front of me. There was one on the left, there was a guy on the right. He was just sitting in the car, and I noticed him in the yellow shirt. That was about it. The guy in the white t-shirt, he kept coming from behind the U-Haul back and forth, like he loaded his gun, he would shoot, he stepped out in front of me. As you can see the way the car is aimed, if a few more minutes he would have hit me instead of going back there.
So through this whole shootout, the only people who got shot were the 3 suspects. The victims didn't get shot, and amazingly, the woman who's in the middle of all of it, she didn't get shot, but there's a bullet in her car and her windows got shot out. You can still see the glass.
Everyone who has been shot has been transported to area hospitals with minor injuries.
Today's shootout at Kroger has a lot of people asking about Georgia's Stand Your Ground law, and to break it down, what it means is you can meet force with force. If someone is threatening you, you have no duty to retreat and run away. You can stand your ground and defend yourself. And Natisha Lance has our other big stories tonight in our speed feed.
Vinny, this is new tonight. We've just learned a Paulding County teen who shot his friend in the face is now facing charges. 18-year-old Josh Chesney and his 16-year-old friend were sitting in the car at a park on Tuesday recording videos with a gun. When the gun went off, police initially said the shooting was accidental, but now Chesney is facing a number of charges, including reckless conduct. The 16-year-old victim survived, and police say his condition is improving. Well, the bus driver in a 2016 crash that killed 6 elementary school children in Chattanooga is back in jail tonight for charges of statutory rape. Jonathan E. Walker had been out on bond living in Nashville while his attorneys appeal his sentence. And that's when, according to court documents, Walker started a relationship with a 14-year-old girl. Walker, by the way, is 25 years old. In an interview with investigators, Walker said the sexual relationship was consensual. Walker was found guilty of 6 counts of criminal neglect homicide in the 2016 crash. He was able to get a fairly light sentence because of his first offender status. He was expected to serve only a portion of his 4-year sentence, but a conviction on this new charge could mean years behind bars for him. We have new details just filed from a lawsuit against the city of Atlanta on behalf of a woman maimed after being hit by an APD cruiser. On February 22nd, Lisa Williams says she was T-boned when an officer ran a red light while responding to a call. The force of the crash ripped her left arm from her body. Williams says her injuries left her unable to work, and the burden of the medical bills has left her homeless. And the suit filed yesterday aims to hold the city of Atlanta financially responsible for all of Williams' injuries, Vinny.
And hopefully they'll be able to settle it quickly. Thanks so much, Natisha.
You bet.
No justice, no profit. No eggs, bacon, no sausage. No justice, no profit. No eggs, bacon, no sausage.
With a chant like that, you know these protesters can be talking about only one place, Atlanta's own Waffle House. It's once again at the center of a national controversy after another viral video showing police calling on African-American customers. Today, several local groups like the NAACP and March for Justice led a protest in front of Waffle House's corporate headquarters in Norcross. Protesters want Waffle House to make changes similar to when Starbucks shut down recently for sensitivity training. But Waffle House says those viral videos you've seen don't paint the full picture, and they're not backing down. Here's Ryan Kruger to break it all down for you.
I know you've seen the video in your social media feeds, all these different people getting arrested at a Waffle House. Well, tonight, we're going to go through each one of these videos. You're going to hear from the people who were arrested, and we're also going to hear from Waffle House. So let's start with the very first one. This is the one that's really started all the recent protests. It was when Shakisha Clemens was at a Waffle House in Alabama. She got in an argument with some of the employees there. They ended up calling the police, and you see in this video, they drug her down and ended up exposing her breasts. We had a chance to speak with Clemens this afternoon.
Give us a public apology because we were humiliated all over the world.
Well, there's not going to be a public apology from Waffle House, either for Clemens or for Anthony Wall, who's in this next video. We'll get to him in a second. You see, Waffle House told us today that in those two instances, they felt our employees made the right decision to contact the police in light of safety concerns from the customers and themselves. All right, so let's talk about that second video with Anthony Wall. Here he is right here. You see him. He's the one in the tuxedo who got slammed to the ground there by a police officer. This happened in North Carolina. State police there are investigating, and here's what Wall described about what happened to him that night.
He choked me and threw me to the ground. I asked several times for a supervisor to come out because of the way I was being treated, and I know it was not right at all.
Now, in these two videos, Waffle House is saying that it's the customers who were really creating an unsafe environment for everyone else, and so they support the decision to call police. But here's a video where Waffle House says their employees got it wrong. This one took place in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. It was an argument over a 50-cent surcharge that led Waffle House employees to call police, and officers actually handcuffed the two customers. They were released. Waffle House says in this instance, there's blame on both sides and that their employees could have de-escalated the situation before calling police. So essentially tonight, we're at a standstill. Those protesters, they're calling for a boycott of Waffle House until they see some changes from the restaurant group. But Waffle House, well, they say their employees did nothing wrong in 2 out of these 3 videos.